By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why you keep relapsing on your bad habits and why you can't stick to your routine and stick to not doing these habits. By the end of this video, you will finally understand why you keep relapsing and how to stop it for good, I promise you. So, before I explain to you the solution, I need to explain to you the cycle. And I've written down the cycle that most of you face, and you can let me know how accurate it is in the comment section. So it all starts here. So you tell yourself that you want to start on the dopamine detox, you want to go with the no-fab, you want to stick with a routine that you're not going to do any addiction. But one of those four things happen. You give up, or you relapse on small habits, or you feel bored or lonely, or bad real life experiences happen to you. So let's explore these further. So the first one is you give up. You say to yourself, what's the point? I mean, I'm broken. There's something wrong with me. I'm too addicted to it. That's the first one. The second one is you relapse on smaller habits. You need to understand is that habits is like a mountain and it has a lot of snow at the top. If you do small bad habits, it's like an avalanche. Everything will fall apart. So if you want to be disciplined in one area, you need to be disciplined in all areas. Not just one habit, but all of them. If you want to quit video games, you also need to quit eating sugar. You also need to quit social media. Because if you try to quit them all, but you relapse on social media, you will relapse on eating junk food. It's inevitable because you relapse on other habits. Other reason can be boredom or loneliness. The video before this, I talked deeply about the model with here, but basically like in a short summary, what happens here is that when you're bored or lonely, your brain starts remembering the mistakes that you've done in the past. And when it remembers those mistakes, it starts remembering the emotions that you felt in these mistakes. And because now it feels bad about these mistakes, because it's feeling the bad emotions that it felt, it starts asking itself, how can I feel good about myself? The addictions, they bring me dopamine. They make me forget those bad things. So you go and do them. Bad real life experience is the same thing. It gives you, but this is like more present. So basically what happens here is that you feel the bad emotions immediately in real life. And then your brain asks itself, how can I feel good about myself? The habits, because they bring dopamine. So it goes and do them. So these are the triggers. There's more triggers, of course, but these are the four main ones. So when this happened, let me come here. So when this happened, the same bad emotions come up. So whenever these things happen, you will feel the same bad emotions that I've just explained to you. And when this happened, your mind wants to soothe itself and it wants to feel good about itself. So how can it do that? Well, by doing the addictions, the bad habits. And that way, your body will feel good about itself. So you remember the emotions, you do the addictions or the bad habits, and after you do them, you stop feeling the bad emotions because you've got the dopamine. So now you don't feel the bad emotions anymore. And after this happens, you feel bad about relapsing. So now you forgot about the bad emotions that you felt, but now you feel bad about relapsing. Like, I should have not done this. I wish I haven't done this. Why I keep relapsing? You start remembering the bad habits. Probably you're right now at this stage. If you click on this video, probably here, because you have this bad emotions and you click on this video to solve it. And I promise you it will solve it. So now you feel bad emotion about relapsing. So you promise yourself to not do it again. But guess what happens? You do it again because you either give up or you relapse on smaller habits or you feel bored or lonely or you face a bad real life experience. And the cycle keeps going. That's how it works. So now that you have a good understanding of how the cycle works, again, please, if this cycle is absolutely not accurate at all, then please let me know in the comments. But based on my experience, and I've asked a lot of my friends who used to be addicted to many things, they confirm that this cycle is accurate. But I would love your opinion about it. So how can you solve it? Like, how can you break this cycle? How can you stop yourself to finally relapse? Well, it goes here. It goes to the triggers. Because this all comes from the triggers. If you can control the triggers, then none of this will happen. Okay? So there is a quote from a book from the author called Viktor E. Frankl. And what he says is that between stimulus and response, there lies a space. And in that space lies our freedom in life. And I forgot the whole sentence, but it lies our freedom in this space. So what this means is that when these triggers happen, you are in control on how to respond to them. You can respond to them like this, or you can stop them and tell yourself, no, I'm not gonna relapse again. I'm not gonna go through this cycle. For example, let's say that you feel bored and lonely. Or no, screw that. Let's say you feel bad. There's like a real life experience that makes you feel bad. Maybe an interaction with a girl, or maybe an interaction with a friend, whatever the case is. The interaction or the experience was bad. It gives you the bad emotions. You can decide how you perceive it. You can decide what emotions this experience gives you. I've talked about this in another video whereby I gave the example of a Ferrari. So there are three people. Three of them, they saw the exact same Ferrari. One person was like, oh my God, this guy is rich. I wish I'm like him. The second one saw that Ferrari and it said, this guy steals a lot of people. He's bad because he's rich. He's bad. Shame on him, etc. And the third person was like, wow, this confirms my belief that becoming rich is possible because this guy done it, so I can do it too. So it's the same stimulus, it's the same piece of information, but each person understands it differently. So these triggers, you can't really control these triggers, but what you can control is how you feel about them. Okay? I hope this is clicking in your mind. You need to control what emotions these triggers bring you. And you need to be conscious of yourself. When you feel the bad emotions, tell yourself, no, I'm not gonna feel those. Okay. This doesn't stop here because it goes deeper, way deeper than that. Now that you're conscious of these triggers and you're conscious of the bad emotions that these triggers bring, you need to understand why these bad emotions come up. Why these specific bad emotions? Because these interactions with people, each person will get certain bad feelings from them. So the same bad interaction or the same bad real life experience will bring different emotions to different people. And the reason this happens is because every person is different. Okay? So I can't really give you like what specific emotions that you will feel, but just being aware of this model, just being aware of these triggers will allow you to be conscious of these triggers and conscious of the bad emotions that these triggers create so that you can stop them on their track. That's how we can stop relapsing, or at least help you to elongate the period of when you would relapse again. So instead of a few days, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. And it takes practice. You need to practice this model. You need to practice being conscious of this. Okay? And with practice, we will become better at becoming conscious of these triggers, and you will become more conscious and better at being conscious of these emotions. And it will be easier and easier for you to stop these bad emotions from popping up and replacing them with no emotions, or like focusing on something else, or good emotions. For example, if you're bored and lonely and start remembering the bad mistakes and start feeling the bad feelings that you felt when these bad mistakes happened, instead of thinking about the bad mistakes, ask yourself, what good things I can extract from this experience? And that's how it works. Let me know if it works. Let me know if it helps. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.